Hello friends, let us now learn some important points about the Wilms tumor. Wilms tumor is the most common primary renal tumor of childhood, and this is seen in the peak incidence between 2 to 4 years of age. This Wilms tumor is what is the most common clinical presentation of Wilms tumor? That is incidental. There is incidental discovery of an asymptomatic abdominal mass by parents while they are bathing or clothing the baby. It can present as either synchronous, where both the kidneys are involved simultaneously, or it can be metachronous, where both the kidneys are affected, but it is affected one after the other. See syn for simultaneous. Okay, next, if you see the congenital malformations associated with Wilms tumor, one we have Vager syndrome. This Vager syndrome has 33% of risk. This is due to the WT1 gene mutation on chromosome 11p13 causes Vager syndrome. This includes Wilms tumor. This includes Wilms tumor, aniridia, genital abnormalities, and it also includes mental retardation also. Okay, this is about Vager syndrome. Then we have the next important disease, which is Dennis-Drash syndrome. In Dennis-Drash syndrome, this is almost 90% of risk, that is maximum risk is seen with Dennis-Drash syndrome. This includes gonadal dysgenesis. That is male pseudohermaphroditism is seen, and it also includes diffuse mesangial sclerosis leading to nephropathy, and it also causes increased gonadoblastomas. It is also associated with increased gonadoblastomas. This is Dennis-Drash syndrome. Then we have the next syndrome, which is Beckwith-Wiedemann syndrome. In Beckwith-Wiedemann syndrome, there is all organomegaly is seen. I mean, not all, but some of the organomegaly will be seen. There will be large tongue, that is macroglossia. Half of the body becomes bigger, that is hemihypertrophy is seen. Omphalocele is seen, that is a small cystic lesion in on the umbilicus is seen, and there is also adrenal cytomegaly, that is there are abnormally large cells are present in the adrenal cortex, and this Beckwith-Wiedemann syndrome is associated with genomic imprinting also, right? Next, so stages of Wilms tumor. If you see the stages of Wilms tumor, stage 1, this is mainly confined to the kidney, and this is completely resected. It can be completely resected. Here lymph nodes or renal capsules or vessel is not involved at all. That is stage 1. Then we have stage 2. In stage 2, you will see that the tumor extends beyond the kidney, and it extends beyond the kidney, it is incompletely resected with negative margins, and even lymph nodes are also negative. Okay, and at least one of this would have occurred, that is there may be at least capsular penetration may be positive, or there can be invasion into renal sinus vessels may be positive in this stage. Then we have stage 3, where you see residual tumor being present. In stage 3, you will see residual tumor is present following surgery, and this residual tumor is confined to abdomen, there is residual tumor is present and it is confined to abdomen, including gross or microscopic tumor, spillage of tumor preoperatively or intraoperatively. Biopsy may be present prior to nephrectomy. Then if you can also do regional lymph node metastasis may be present, and there may be tumor implants which are present on the peritoneal surface. The tumor might extend as tumor thrombosis into the inferior vena cava and heart also. Okay, that means there is complete direct spread is present in stage 3. In stage 4, there is hematogenous metastasis is seen, with even lymph node metastasis outside the abdominopelvic region. The lymph node metastasis and hematogenous metastasis is present in outside the abdominopelvic region, like bone, brain. It is also present to liver also, lung also. Okay, then stage 5. Stage 5, there will be bilateral renal involvement of tumor is present in stage 5. Then if you see the treatment, you can do nephrectomy. Nephrectomy alone may be sufficient for patients who are less than 2 years of age or in stage 1 disease. And if tumor is weighing less than 550 grams, then nephrectomy may be 550 grams, then nephrectomy may be sufficient. In stage 1 and 2, you can give chemotherapy, and this chemotherapy is given with 2 drugs. It is given with vincristine and it is given with dactinomycin. It is given with 2 drugs, that is vincristine and dactinomycin. Then in stage 3 and stage 4, we give chemotherapy with 3 drugs plus radiotherapy is also given. The 3 drugs include, we give it with vincristine, it is given with doxorubicin and also actinomycin. It is given with vincristine, doxorubicin and actinomycin. Every 1 to 3 weeks it is given. For a total of 24 weeks we give this regimen. This regimen is DD4A, that is you give vincristine, doxorubicin and actinomycin. Next, if there is any regional lymph node metastasis or if there is residual disease even after surgery or lung metastasis, in these cases you should do radiation therapy should be done. And if there is any presence of loss of heterozygosity, if there is loss of heterozygosity at 1p and 16q region, this will tell us about the poor prognosis or adverse outcome. So this is about Wilms tumor. Thank you for watching.